So let's begin our final set for the UPSC Prelims GS solution. Now this question talked about the Nobel Prize conferred in 2025 for a professor in American University when the prize was announced, and this was for John Clark for a Nobel Prize in Physics, and that was on the quantum concepts. The next is Grand Slam tennis tournament. Which of these statements are correct? So Grand Slam operates with a shared governance partnership. That is correct, and it is called as Grand Slams Tennis, which is managed by a board of 4 Grand Slam chairs and their CEOs. Now they do have what is called as the Grand Slam rule book. The next is they are actually having the players which have the ranking of 500 and better. Okay, so it's based on ranking, not on age. So this is incorrect. And there is a limitation on the number of wild cards a player may receive. So that's again, this statement is correct because that is one of the eligibility rules that WTA and ITF age criteria determines. So there is definite limitation. So 1 and 3 are the correct options for this question. The next is the semiconductor pair in India and location. Which of these are not correct? So the CG Power, Renaissance Stars Microelectronics in Gujarat, that is correct. HCL Foxconn is a semiconductor facility which has been started in Uttar Pradesh, operational there, so not in Madhya Pradesh. So this is the one which is not correctly matched. Tata Semiconductors Assam, correct, and System in Odisha, that's correct. This was a very expected question on line of India's semiconductor mission, and there was another question on India's semiconductor policy which was on the architectural designs of RISC. We have covered both of these in our expected classes, so if you have gone through this carefully, there was no reason you won't be able to solve. The next is India's indigenous high resolution weather model. The Bharat forecast system operates on high resolution systems which is useful for Panchayati Raj clusters, and this has been developed by IITM Pune, that is the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology Pune, not IIT Delhi. So this one is the incorrect one, so only one is the correct option for this question. The next is film Bong was directed by Lakshmi Priya Devi, and this is a film which had won the BAFTA award in child and film category. That's again correct, and it is described as the first Indian film to win the BAFTA awards. So again, all the 3 statements for this question are correct. A very important question from the recent developments. The blockchain features. Now blockchain, a very important topic when we specifically talked about mining of cryptocurrency. We have covered how blockchain works in a separate video, must to watch. Now blockchain actually creates a distributed ledger in which there is validated records which can be shared with relevant participants, and the remaining one are highly resistant to tampering. So records are visible to the stakeholders without alteration risk, that is correct. The copies are stored on multiple computers and synced at the same point of time, that's again correct. And then the algorithms are accepted by make accepted records practically immutable. That is in the correct sense what we call as the cryptographic hashing or the consensus rules which are actually implemented. So that is again a correct statement. The statement 3 which talks about the consortium blockchain as a consortium of public and private blockchain is not correct because it is practically a permissible blockchain which is governed by a group of organizations. So we could say a clear word as hybrid rather than public and private here. So 3 is incorrect, 1, 2 and 4 are correct explanations for this. The next is a e-commerce revenue model where seller controls the pricing but does not keep the products in the stock. Instead forwards it to a third party supplier who ships it directly to the consumer is called as a drop shipping model. Now this is a model in which we have explained that the seller as the explanation has already done it. So it's the seller lists and sells the product without maintaining the inventory. So when an order is received, the order is passed to the seller and the shipment details are passed to the third party, and finally it is being shipped. So we call it as a drop shipping model. So supplier would ship directly to the customer only on the demand. there would be no store frame that would be maintained. The next is, which of the following correctly represents the three key sub indices of RBI Financial Inclusion Index, which is called as the FI index? The three correct answers here is the access, usage and quality. Now these three are the broad dimensions which are being used by RBI Financial Inclusion Index. There are other mixed valid inclusion factors which are used by other organizations, but this is the most valid and the precise one for FI index. The next one is, which is a key objective of India's open network for digital commerce? Another question pertaining to India's commerce and export businesses. So here we have enabling the interoperability across the networks and reducing the dominance of large platforms is the basic idea of the openness for the digital commerce platform. So rather than having a single closed marketplace, we would have a common open digital framework which would be open to numerous buyers, sellers and logistics providers at the same time. Now, which of the following statement about UPI and central bank digital rupee is not correct? So if we talk about the correct statements, first of all, we had covered recently a short on e-rupee, digital rupee and UPI. So if you had gone through that short carefully, you would be able to answer this question. Now, which of the following is not correct is the question, right? So UPI is a real-time interface. Digital rupee is similar to sovereign paper currency. UPI is an end-user settlement and digital rupee is a wallet-based transfer. That's again correct. And UPI appears in the bank statement. However, the digital rupee wallet is not transferred in the bank statement. That's again correct. However, in both the cases, the liability is with the user and the bank. That is incorrect, because a digital rupee is a central bank digital currency which is very close to the sovereign currency, and the liability is that of the central bank rather than the normal bank. So digital bank, the digital rupee, the liability is of a central bank. So D option is the incorrect option here. The next is real world asset tokenization. Now it turns the real asset into digital tokens using blockchain. It offers 24/7 access. That's again correct. And it can provide individuals with high growth investment opportunity. That is correct. Now tokenness is actually can create an open access for class assets, and therefore this would be a better option for high growth investment opportunities. So all the three statements in this case are correct. So this would be the right answer. The next is, a bond whose proceeds are used only to finance and refinance a combination of both environmental and social projects is called as a sustainability bond. So a green bond is used only for climate related purpose. A social bond is used for affordable housing, healthcare, education. Therefore here a sustainable bond is the correct option, because it uses the proceeds only to finance and refinance both the social and the environmental projects. The next is, M1 Exchange is a trades platform and it has an important role in financing the small and the medium enterprises, because it would actually help in obtaining the working capital liquidity and facilitate the discounting for the invoice and the bills of exchange for receiving the early payment and against any trade receivables which are there. So 2 is the correct option. However, it does not provide collateral based loans, so 1 is incorrect, and it does not act as a credit rating agency, so 3 is again incorrect. So only 2 is the correct option. Now, which of the following best describes the crowding out effect in fiscal policy? Now, crowding out is simply where the government borrowing raises the interest rate and reduces the private investments, and crowding out is considered as a situation where higher government borrowings increases the demand for the loanable fund. Now, since the demand for the loanable funds are increased, this would have a significant impact on the economy, and when the supply for the saving is actually curtailed, or we could say limited by some extent, then it would increase the interest rate up. So that's the basic idea and the principle of crowding out. We have covered an extensive video on crowding out, which is available in our complete lectures on Doorstep Tutor. Don't miss that. The next is rare earth minerals and critical minerals. Now, rare earth minerals and critical minerals are considered as a modern tech usage because they are extensively used in AI, hardwares, EV vehicles, sensors, magnets, space technology. So definitely it's correct. Now, China is one of the largest miners of the rare earth mineral, but the second one is not India, it is United States. So this statement is not correct. The cabinet approved the National Committee, the National Critical Mineral Mission in 2025. That's correct. And rare earth are set of 17 metallic metals which are there. So 1 and 3 are the correct statements in this question. Now there is a controversy with the choices. So here we have 1 and 3 as the option. The next is insurance in aviation sector. The aviation hull insurance covers physical aircraft, engine and onboard equipment. That's correct. So it covers any kind of physical damage to the aircraft itself, which includes the body of the aircraft, the engine and associated onboard equipments. Then we have the Montreal Convention 1999, which imposes a strict liability for passenger death compensation without the proof of fault. That was again created as a modern international liability framework for aircraft carrier. So both of these are correct. Now we have seen there have been 2 questions from aviation and both of them were in line with the recent plane crash in Ahmedabad in Gujarat, and this was one was regarding the black box that we have seen, the second was regarding the insurance policy in aviation sector. The next is crowdfunding. Now crowdfunding is when there is a solicitation of small funds from multiple investors through a web platform or a social media platform, and it can raise fund at a very low cost without any conventional process. So it's basically bringing in funding for, let's say, a medical emergency or a immediate need or a health or education requirement for some person. So people come together, they crowdfund and they relatively release small amounts for the contribution or the investment through the social media and web networks. The next is which of these committees are correctly matched. So LC Gupta committee with derivative tradings by SEBI, that is correct, correctly associated with it. Malekam's microfinance reforms of RBI, again correctly matched. RN Malhotra was constituted for the insurance reform, but that was not under the IRDAI, so that's not correct. And Urjit Patel was associated with monetary policy, not housing lending. So that is again not correct. It was for the monetary policy. So 1 and 3 are incorrect. 2 and 4 are the correct options here. The next is the non-banking financial companies in India cannot accept the demand deposits. That's correct. And DGCI insurance is not available to deposit taking NBFC depositors. So both of these statements are correct. Now, NBFCs are not part of the payment and the settlement system, so they cannot issue the check drawn on themselves. So this is incorrect. And when we talk about NBFCs, that is the non-banking financial companies, they do have some relations with RBI, but the registration is mandatory under RBI is not the case. So it's actually they have some statutory exemptions and regulations by other authorities which are taken into consideration. So only 1 and 4 would be the correct option for this question. And the last question for this series is on MPI, which is the multidimensional, MDPI, which is the multidimensional poverty index. Now this index has been important. It uses the Elkarai-Foster methodology. Now this talks about numerous indicators taken into account together to aggregate the poverty measure, and this talks about 12 different indicators which have been taken into account. Now, the most common indicators are not the indicators of maternal health and bank accounts under poverty, and therefore, this statement, which is the third statement, holds incorrect. So, we have 1 and 2 as the only correct options for this question. We have covered these topics extensively in our lecture series. So, if you have gone through the lectures carefully, you will be all set to answer these questions. Thanks for joining in. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to connect back and post those in the comment. Thank you.